What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Tom Trips Out, and in this episode we're talking about a few tips and tricks on how to make friends in Cambodia. My name's Tom, this is my trip out.
Well, hey everybody, come along with me. Take a trip to a place to find what I see. Meet people, eat food, see the joy they bring, and how much it costs to try new things. Well, come and watch me on my trip out. My name's Tom, this is my trip out.
So, you've just moved to Cambodia. Now, how do you actually make friends here? Because moving to a new country is exciting, but once all the sightseeing slows down, you realize you don't know anyone yet. You know, I've been through that myself. So I'm gonna share some easy ways to start meeting people and growing your social circle over here. So, we're walking along the Cambodia riverside. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit breezy. It's about 7:30 a.m. and the temperature is really cool. It's about 26 degrees, but it's heating up fast. I can tell it's probably gonna get to about 31 or 32 today. So the first point, your first impression with someone is much easier than you think. So Cambodia has a very large expat community and everyone is a traveler and they've all experienced what it's like to arrive somewhere without any friends and you're alone. So people are very friendly and come sit with us and hey, where are you from? Come join us. Like that's very much the vibe around here. And you know, in most situations when you're out there and you're afraid you're the only oddball that's like trying to make a friend, that's not what it's like. It's usually many people are there in the same boat. Other people are looking around trying to find someone they can be friends with too. So it becomes so easy if you just get yourself out there and don't be so afraid of the first step and making a first impression. I remember the way I first met people, which made it really easy, was when I came here, I did the TEFL course with AVSE TEFL, and right away you have the rest of your TEFL class you're with, they become your buddies and your friends right off the bat. And we had about 12 people in that class, and you start to break it up into little cliques that you form. So like there was like 3 or 4 other guys that we all became like bros, and then the other people had their own little clique, and I'm still friends with those people to this day. The other thing that was cool about that is you end up bonding really quickly because we would do things on the weekend like really cool experiences, and to us like everything's new when you're just landing here. So we would go see things in major temples or big sites to see or beautiful areas or going to Silk Island, and I have videos on that stuff too. When you make friends that way and having these amazing experiences together, it really forms a tight bond and a different kind of friendship than just like small talk bumping into someone in a party or something like that. It's way more stronger and longer lasting friendships because you're going through all these major experiences and life experiences together. All right, let's talk about the next point. So my next point is if you want to get out there and meet people, start joining clubs or things that are your hobby. They have different activities, whatever you're into. I was into music, so for example, I would start going to open mic nights and just shows when bands are playing and talk to them and talk to the other people that are there. Find your people that are into the same thing as you, and that makes it really easy to form bonds and connections with like-minded people. And you got to find your people out there, right? I'll give you a bunch of examples. You know, for some people, they don't really have a specific hobby or maybe creative outlet like music, like me, so sometimes it's working out or going to the gym. I've seen in town here, they have a walking club. So they'll get together and plan a time and they all go on a walk everywhere and walk and talk together. There's like card game clubs, there's yoga, you can play billiards, they have like pool tournaments and stuff, and I've even seen ping pong too. Chess club, there's meetups at certain bars on different days of the week where you can do language exchange too with people. That's a really important way. Get yourself out there and join in with something that you're interested in, and you'll meet your people who like the same thing as you know. Another great one people have done is quiz nights. And that's where they're doing trivia and stuff, and you sit in a group at a table, and you know, by the end of the night, a certain group will win if they had the most correct answers, you know. But not everyone shows up to that bar with a completed group. So there's lots of people that are on their own, or maybe they're only with one other person. And so you could show up to a quiz night and you'll be squished into some team, and then all of a sudden now you have 4 friends automatically on your quiz team. And these events are weekly. So then all of a sudden you go to the one next week too. And you know, going back to the same place can reinforce that you're showing your face, and people will start to say, hey, I saw you last week, and you know, so we're going to talk about that too later in the video. We've made it to the beach now. It's behind me here. So here it is, the Cambodia beach. Here's where we'll talk about the next point. You have to start joining the Facebook groups. Facebook is used for a lot of things over here, even finding jobs too. There's a lot of Facebook groups which will be the source of how you find all these different events that you could join in, and hobbies and activity events or language exchange and all these things. People will post it on Facebook groups. For example, in Cambodia, there's one called Cambodia Notice Board, and it's very active. People are always putting stuff, and if you have a question and you put it there, someone will answer within 5 or 10 minutes, like, where do I buy a lamp or something? And the whole community answers really fast in there. And then different events that are going on will be posted in these groups. So that's how you can become a part of it and know when and where these things are going on. And also being active in the group can make you a part of the community too. If you start posting things, or then people will see you that in the group, and you're sort of becoming part of the community, even in an online type of way. And then when you're meeting people out in public, they'll say, oh, I saw that on the Facebook group. That was you. That was so great. And so like, it's just another way to get involved, is be a part of the Facebook groups. And again, Facebook groups are used heavily over here, more so than I was used to in Canada. So join all the groups and search up things you're interested in. Like there's ones, musicians in Cambodia, and like open mic nights. And I was just searching up everything so that I won't miss any events. But sometimes people will sell like an aerobics class they're doing, or they'll say, everyone meet out here, like imagine right here at the beach on this time, we're gonna have music and we're all gonna do aerobics, you know, to music, whatever all that stuff's called. So look at this, even though the beach is pretty finished now, they're still doing some work over here. A big bobcat thing here. This looks all new too, these little benches. All right, so the next tip I have is try to, if you can and you find a place you like, become a regular. And this could be at a bar or a cafe. Maybe you found a place that had strong Wi-Fi and you were able to get your work done and it had a good vibe and it was quiet enough. Stop trying different places every time. Keep going back to the same place, and then, you know, people who work there will get to know you, other regulars, and then that's a way that you can, same thing, like reinforce your presence in the community. Just find a place you love and become a regular there. These are all ways that we're talking about of like becoming a part of something, right? And so you have to show your face, keep coming back, and if you keep trying a new place every single time, it's always your first time there. You have to, you know, make a spot for yourself somewhere by showing up every time. Like, for example, you've seen in my videos, I always hang out, it's back there at the Studebaker guest house, and I don't even stay there, but I pop in almost every day and talk to the guys and have a few drinks, and that's a whole group of people that are like my friends now. And it's just from becoming a regular. And also when you're a regular, they'll hook you up, like if there's something extra, here, Tom, have this mistake beer, or here, have this, we're having a barbecue, have some free food, and they treat regulars really well normally over here. Another point I want to talk about, and this has happened to me, is when it's the first time you're meeting new people and you get an invitation to something, maybe it's a house party, maybe it's an event at one of these pool party resorts or something, and maybe they've asked you last minute, or if you're like me, you're maybe introverted and you're thinking, oh, maybe this time I'll just stay home, and if you turn down those first few invitations of people you've just met, guess what, they'll probably stop inviting you because they'll realize, he never wants to come out. And when I first moved here, that happened to me a little bit with the people in my TEFL class. I was trying to focus on getting everything finished, and I'm a little shy. I just wanted to stay in, and I'd always say, oh, I can't, I've just ordered food and it's on the way, so I can't come out now. And like, during that time, I got a couple invitations, and I kept on saying that, and then guess what? They stopped inviting me out because it's like, nah, he never comes out. He doesn't want to come out. And then the friend group grows and carries on without you. So my point is, when you've done the work to look at Facebook groups, you found cool events, you found things you're into, and you've met people you jive with, if you get an invitation to something from one of them, even if you're tired or you have second thoughts, you should go for it. You got to show up and say yes to these things, because that's your opportunity to start a friend group. If you get invitations and you keep on saying no, you'll have to start all over again and find new people to have a friend group with. But hey, one way around that, if you want to have meetups maybe on your own terms completely, you could take the initiative and you could be the one to invite people out to your place, or you could host your own backyard party at your place. And when you're at one of these events where you've met people you like, you can invite everyone over to your place. And now it's on them to accept your invitation, you know? You can get a bunch of people together, and then months down the line, oh, remember that party at Tom's house when that happened? And right? That way you're not counting on someone else or relying on someone else to organize everything for you. Because, you know, in life, most people really appreciate when someone else takes the initiative like that. It's definitely some advice to think about. All right, we've reached like the busy downtown on the far end of the beach, and we're on our last thing I want to talk about. So it's perfect timing. Maybe we'll go along this road. The last thing is, you know, be patient. It doesn't all happen at once, like I said. It could take a few meetups. It takes time to build up memories, and it takes time to like become a regular somewhere. You know, even after you've come to the same place 3 times, that's still a very small amount. It might take a few months before you've really locked in and settled in and found a group and had a few parties and done a few trips together and, you know, got some memories under your belt together. Don't get upset if it's not all happening for you on the first day. You have to be patient and try all these tricks I've been telling you, and, you know, I'd say over the course of 2 months or so, or a little more, you could have a whole new social life and grow your own social circle over here quite easily. The first month can feel lonely. You have to remember everyone goes through it. And, you know, real, true friendships, they can take time. It doesn't just happen by saying cheers and have a sip of beer and now you're close friends with a good relationship. So be patient. It can take time. The rest will fall into place naturally. And if I can do it, you can do it too. All right, so now we're walking back. I hope this gave you a little insight on what it was like for me to make friends. And yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. And until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.